Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back in our new session. This is episode 2 of the Unica Insights series. And in this episode, we will have a demo that will help us to set up the development environment for an insights. You will be able to know how to set up the BIRT development environment. Hello, Chitwan, and I hope you are doing good as well. And thank you once again for joining us back. We are aware that you mentioned in our previous session that you'll talk about the development environment. Uh, Please go ahead and help us to understand how to set up the environment, how to create the things for the BERT and the insights. Over to you, Chitwan. Thank you.
Hey Rohit, thank you so much. Welcome everyone here to understand the next part of Unica reports customization. In this session, so before this, a few disclaimer. All right. So in today's agenda, we will be taking you to a journey of insights in which you will be setting up your BIRT runtime for your development purpose. And the second thing, we will see a case how you can launch your first report template and able to access it from your campaign database. All right, so I would like to take you to the Unica user guide. Here the user guide is mentioned about the BIRT designer and the runtime that you can download. So clicking on this link. When you click on this link, you will get the home page of the BIRT community. Here you will see some YouTube URLs which you can watch for the some technical insights, which I will also cover up in my sessions. But for the thorough analysis, you can definitely go and watch out this series. It will really help you out. Now, since we want to set up a development environment in order to configure our reports, access them, modify them. So we will have to set up first of all BIRT runtime and the designer. You can click on the download. It will open up a new page. You can scroll down a little bit and then you will find a link so-called BIRT 4.8 download page. You can click on it. And then you will get the artifacts for the designer. So in order to install designer, you can use this link. For the runtime, you can use BIRT engine, and you can use this link. We will also give you the these page links into the description of the recording so that you can download it directly from here as well. All right. For this demo purpose, yes,
Chitwan,
right.
sorry to interrupt you. So I just want to give a short, a note here that those who have joined, who have directly jumped onto the second episode of this session, the Chitwan is trying to, help us to understand what all are the basic entities that is required to create the reports in the insights, and BIRT is the technology which is the backbone of insights. So if you haven't watched the first video to understand the basics of the insights, we request you to please watch that episode as well before you are jumping into this session. Thank you, Chitwan. Over to you.
Hey Rohit, thanks for the recap. It will really helpful to the audiences. Okay, so for this demo purpose, I have already downloaded the content and I have saved them on my local Windows file folder. So these are the two things I have downloaded here and they are available to me for this demonstration. First of all, we will set up the runtime here. Now to set up runtime, you need to extract the content into a folder. When you will extract them, you will see a file which is called BIRT.war. This is our runtime war file, which we can deploy on any of the application server. For this demonstration, I will be deploying this BIRT.file into the Apache Tomcat 9. So what you have to do is you have to make a copy of this, you have to make a copy of this war file. Okay, and you need to paste this war file under web apps. Okay, so I already copied, so I'm not copying it again. Now, if you are setting up the application server first time, what you have to do is you should be going into the conf folder, open the server.xml. In here, you need to set up your ports so that they should not be conflict to the other application if they are already being used by the server. By default, we see 8080 port here, which may be used on the server. If you want to have your own port, you can configure here like I did it for 7003. You also need to give the redirector port as well here. So I have also changed it to 84432 8445. You need to little bit scroll down and set up your ports here again, and that's it. So once you are good with your ports, you can close this server XML, and then you can come to the bin directory, and then you can launch your server. I believe I am not running it. Yes, I am not running it. So startup.bat is the file which you can launch. And now it is deploying the BIRT.war file. Okay, went well, and we can see that our application server is up and running. So this is so-called BIRT runtime, which we have just launched and started, and you can find that it is pretty much easy and very quick to get it started. Now we will test this runtime shortly once we do a quick setup of the designer. Now, in order to set up the designer, you should also download one more file, which is so-called BIRT report designer. And when you extract the zip file, it will go into a folder. Underneath, you will see a Eclipse folder, and then you will find eclipse.exe. Now you should be launching this exe file to launch Eclipse BIRT designer. Can double click on it. Oops, if you see this, just close it, because I think Windows is coming with some kind of new apps and opening some other way around. So the alternative way to open it is you go here, you say run the graphic designer, and you can see the default integrated graphics. Now the Eclipse is launching here. Now when you launch Eclipse first time for your designer, it will take a while to open up, but you have to be patient and let the Eclipse launcher dialog to come up. Here we work in a workspace, so I want my workspace to be in enablement, Unica, and deliver folder. So I have given this path here. Now you have to click on the launch. Now what it does basically, it will create folder Unica and underneath deliver folder. And then all your designer workspace related files will be go into the metadata folder. So let me come back to the designer. Okay. This is the first screen you will see when you launch the designer first time. You can close the welcome page, no problems. And this is the UI you will see.
Chitwan, sorry to interrupt you again. So just want to understand that so any person who want to work on this BIRT platform and want to create new thing or set up these things, what basic technicalities should he be aware of? What are the basic technology things that he should know?
Well, only SQL part he should be knowing, like if a report require some set of information, then he should be knowing the underlying tables
Okay,
information, and he should know the how to write the SQLs. That's it. And
that's it.
rest something like which is BERT related, which I will be covering in my sessions
Okay.
starting today. But yes, the more sessions we will go, more use cases we will cover,
Mm-hmm.
more features we will be touching from the BERT side.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's great. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay.
Now, when you open your workspace, you have to create a project, and under the project, you will be creating your reports. So in order to create the project, you click on File, New, Project. Then this is your BIRT project. So you can say it's a report project. You can say next. You can give any name of the project. Let's say I give name as custom reports. So this, oops. So it will be creating a folder inside the workspace, which is Unica/deliver/custom reports. Click on finish and click on open perspective. Here is the set of things you have got into this project, where you will see Data Explorer, Resource Explorer, your project file folders, etc. It may so happen that you may not see these all submenus or tabs. If so, then what you should do is go into Windows, Show View, and then click on Other and scroll down a little bit here. Choose the report design and select these three options. In general, first time these three options are not available, but if you select them and say open, they will be available to you. Since I have launched this designer already, so these three sub tabs are available to me in my project. And once you added in your one project, they will be going forward will available to you all the times. Okay, now I'm going to click cancel. Now this is my wizard where I'm going to work for my all reporting things. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me close it and relaunch it so that you will learn how to launch it when you want to work on a new day. So you can exit from here. Okay, now we see that the folder is created, which is my project, and this is basically an empty where I get my project file. Now let's say I want to launch again the Eclipse, then probably I need to again go back to the BIRT designer, Eclipse, and eclipse.exe. I need to launch it. Let's say if I don't like to go into the folder every time, I can go and create my shortcut wherever I feel comfortable. I can do that well as well, but this time I'm launching it again from here. So the same way I will launch with graphics default. Now the subsequent project opening will be pretty much quicker as the first one. Okay, I'm good here. Launch. Any questions so far, Rohit, or seems clearer, or any doubt?
No, I think we are good, Chitwan. So far, I think we are
All
going
right.
pretty much, on track. So it's good.
Thank you. Okay, so let us set up a database connection. So for that, we need to access to the Data Explorer, and we need to create a report first of all. So let us say I'm creating a new report. So I'll go and create new, then report. I can give any name to my report. Let's say first report, and the extension of all those reporting files will be remain rpt.design. These files are nothing but an XML file. So one XML file for a report. So this way it organizes its artifacts on the file system. And I want to create this report in my custom reports project. So I should be selecting it and say next. All right. Now here there are many templates comes with as a report layouts. I can use any one of them, but this time I want to use blank report, so I'm fine with it, and I can say click on finish. Okay, all right. As soon as I click on finish, many things get populated here. My report file is being listing here under the project. I see some properties here into the property editor. I see the data explorer populated with the basic navigation menus. For the first thing, I need to go into data sources. I need to create a data source for my purpose. So I can go and say new data source. Now Unica supports all JDBC connections. So we will use JDBC data source, and I want to give the name is deliver DS, deliver data source. I click on next.
So,
Now,
Chitwan, so one quick question over here, like the data source, like it depends on what data source the user want to configure, right? Whatever it is open, right?
correct,
Okay,
correct.
okay, that's great then. Okay.
So for the first time, when you see this window, first of all, you have to import driver. So I'm going to use SQLServer, so I will be importing SQL JDBC jar file, which I have already done it, but in order to help people who are doing it first time, they have to import a jar file and then click OK. When you open this jar file, you will see the connection driver class available. Okay. Now you need to give a database URL. For that, we have a format that you should use. For Oracle, the format should be like this, where the host is your the server name and the port and the database details. So we will be also sending this you to the description so that you can navigate your JDBC URL quickly. Since my database is SQL Server, so I'm going to copy this template in my report. And let me fill up information for the tokens. I use localhost. My port is 1433. My SQL Server instance name is server, and my database name is campaign 11. I log in with as a user with my password. I test connection. Connection is successful. I can click on finish. Now my data source is available here. Now when I go into data source, data set, I can create a new data set. I can give test. I will be using deliver DS as a data set. I'll click on next, and here is where I will be writing my SQLs. So let us say I give a query select star from UA campaign. And here you will be writing native SQLs, nothing much, I think, which will be pretty easy for developers. Next, Click on finish. All the columns will be coming here automatically. I can go and check all those output columns and results, whether the connection and the data set is working properly. I can click on OK. And that's how you can have your data sets as many as you want. I will take a pause here. We will not go into the detail in creating a report, which will be part of our subsequent videos and recordings. So for now, I'll close the designer, and I would like to test whether the reporting environment runtime is set up successfully or not. For that, what we will do, we'll go into the Apache folder, web apps, BIRT, and I will see a file which is so-called test.rpt design. Okay, when my runtime setup is up and running, I should be able to access this report. Now you should have a URL for this report. So this is the URL which we also provide you into the description box. And let me run it through my internet browser. Okay. So I use Chrome. I go here, and the report file name is test.rpt design. So I launch it. The BIRT viewer is running the test report. As you can see, I could successfully run this report, and I can see whatever the report has into it. Now let us run the report which we have also created here. So just to test the report, what I do, I just drag and drop the data set here and print some columns as it is. Save the report and go to my project. My project is under Unica, deliver custom reports, and this is my first report. Ideally, we should not have spaces into the report file name. I forgot to mention it, but in order to follow some convention which will help in terms of getting errors, so avoid spaces into the file names. I'm closing it here so that I can change the file name from the file explorer. I change the report file name. I copy this file into BIRT runtime, going into the web apps folder, BIRT, and copying this file as the same place I have run the test report. I can copy the report file name. I can go to the URL, and I will just change the report name in the URL, and I will hit enter. Oops, we got an error. I think yes. So this is very good error to see here in order to troubleshoot the problem. When we run a report on the runtime, we should be copying the JDBC jar file into the runtime as well. So for that, you need to copy the JDBC jar file into your runtime. So for that, the path will be web apps, BIRT, webinf, lib, so that the database connection can be established from the BIRT runtime as well. We can go back here and we can relaunch the report. I think for that we need to stop server and launch again.
I think this is this is a good example over here. People who got stuck.
I mean, seeing error here is also helping.
Yes,
so that
yes.
Whoever is watching can troubleshoot some issues.
Right, exactly. So guys, this is the reason we want you to join us in our in this series. So there are a lot of things which you will see in the live demos and all. Maybe you are facing those challenges or the issues, or you are stuck in between. So these sessions are definitely going to help you. And just in case these sessions are not sufficient for you, don't hesitate, to buzz us, to shoot an email, to comment in the videos, whatever you feel, you are comfortable with. Please do that. We are happy to help you always. I think,
Right.
yeah,
So,
the report is executed now. Yes.
yes. So since the runtime did not have the JDBC connection jar files, so it could not run before. Now it is having the same. That's all from my side. And for this episode, Rohit, over to you.
Yes, thank you, Chitwan. Thank you once again. You are, giving us a very great sessions and live demos, and this, of course, is going to be very helpful for every user who is playing around, with the insights, and for the users as well who are, trying to figure out how they can, set up the environments, how they can play with the insights, how they can fetch the reports. There is a lot more coming up, guys, so stay tuned. We'll catch up you in the next episode. Till
So
then,
we
thank
in
you.
the in the next episode, I think we will cover true report customization case based out of the deliver reports. So
Perfect. Yes. So in our next section, Chitwan will probably help us to give a live demo on how to customize how to create a fresh report for deliver, or based on any of the use case that we will, reveal in our next episode. Till then, thank you so much. Stay safe. Thank you. Thank you.
thanks. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Bye.